-38. That's chilly for Florida.
I know it's like 29 degrees here. Brett's gonna get snow here? Like tomorrow?
I actually have to try out my heat in my house. I haven't turned my heat on yet in this house.
Oh, I turned the heat on already. I'm gonna be turning it up.
I don't blame you. Okay, yeah, I don't
like the cold.
Okay, cool.
Hi guys.
Hey guys, we're live. Welcome back to another Plasticast. I'm here with the whole crew again. We're going to be talking about several little things tonight. A few little things popped up and throughout the week, and yeah,
expensive little things.
Expensive, yes.
Some big. Giggity.
Yeah. Some of them big, like I don't know. Like we had Don here talking about his little travels earlier because he's wearing his Hawaiian shirt.
He's dressed for the occasion.
It's parrots. It's parrots.
Yeah. You know what would go really good with that shirt of yours?
Shipwreck?
No. How about a nice gift set of Devastator with a carry-on?
I have to admit, I like the suitcase more than the figure.
I'm just gonna go right out and say it. Give me a can of spray paint, and I'll make this for you.
That's
I mean,
little toy hack sticker on there, and then you don't have to worry about scratching it up.
But I mean, of all the three gift sets we're going to talk about, this is the one that's like most
stupid.
This is very old style Takara, not doing what the U.S. did kind of thing. You know,
I'm going to say with 100%, this is out of left field. Mm-hmm. If you had said any design for a gift set, this wouldn't have been in my top 100.
Yeah,
I never would have guessed something like this.
You know, I said on RFC, if you buy this at TFCon, it's ready for carry on.
That's true.
It's a carry on, and it's done, so you don't have to use up your other luggage to get stuff home.
It just costs you another $40 on American Airlines.
See,
but it's better than checking it.
Is the fact that how they packaged it, it's like, okay, it's just all the retail boxes that's thrown in this thing.
Yeah, I do have a question about that because wait a minute, real quick, because they were talking about some of the other stuff coming out, and I think one of them comes with stickers. But this one literally is just this carry-on bag. Mm-hmm. Everything else is retail.
Yeah, it's all the same packaging.
Same packaging, same toys, same yada yada yada. But you get this cool wheeled. You could definitely pick it out. That's my suitcase. I'll give them that. That's my suitcase.
Is it a name brand suitcase or is it just?
It's a Takara special.
Yeah.
The good news is I could see an orange one on the way.
Yeah, there is no telling.
I mean,
I'll call it a Don Quixote special.
Well, I think what it comes down to is when these do not sell, then they just get out the can of spray paint, and there you go. There's your G2.
That's very, very, very true.
Because they've done Transformers luggage before, didn't they? It was like an Autobot and a Decepticon case, I think.
Well, way back.
They didn't do a green one, did they?
Well, way back in the 80s, they did suitcases, kids' suitcases, and I've never heard of anything in between. Now, I'm not up on everything, so I kind of thought that's kind of cool because the non-toy niche thing from the 80s, and now we have this, and it looks good. It looks like a really sturdy, yes, like that.
Are we talking one of these?
Looks sturdy. So if nothing else, it'll keep your Devastator nice and crisp. No burnt edges.
I mean, I have a Devastator right here. Do you think he'd actually fit in this case?
You can cram him in there.
Yeah.
I mean, 100% you can cram him in there.
And this is authentic.
it might devastate him getting him in there, but I mean,
Well,
no.
I see what you did there. I
He's up
see.
for it.
Truth in advertising.
Oh yeah.
And I promise we were going to do less and less dad jokes.
No, we're not.
No.
That's a
Okay,
bad
we're not.
promise.
We're not doing less.
Yeah, that's my wheelhouse. That's my bread and butter.
Yeah, I know. Why are you trying to deprive us of the dad jokes, dude?
Because I get
Yeah,
yelled
well,
at.
I got one for you right now. For everybody, I got one right now.
God.
What do you call a cow's knee?
What?
A burger joint.
Yes.
Boo. I mean, sorry, hold on a second.
Yes.
So let me
Moo.
ask you something.
Moo.
So let me ask you something. Did you hear that joke from the guy that sold you that shirt?
Now, my wife bought me this shirt for our cruise, and my wife is the one that gave me the joke.
I was right.
Because one of her kids at her clinic told her.
I was kind of right in that. So, I mean, that's a +1 for me.
So moving on to the other box set thingy we got going on here. We got the Optimus and Megatron box set. Kind of cool
And-
holofoil like
Yeah,
artwork.
but-
These are new to me. I didn't see
Yeah,
anything about this.
here's the thing. The figures don't actually come in this box.
Yeah.
The box has cutouts, very like the old BotCon with the cut foam and everything, but the toys come in their retail packaging,
Huh.
and you take them out of the retail packaging and put them in their cutout foam coffins.
And I
Or
actually
display.
think I can't remember. Yeah. So the Prime is in. They're both
it
in
come with-
robot mode. So you
Yeah, they're
literally
both
just walk them out and put them right in.
I
Or
mean,
the
here's the
stickers for
thing.
the trailer.
Is that a
Why would
cardboard
you-
trailer?
No, but I mean, why would you
Why would
make
you buy
a
this?
box? Why would you make a box to put them in, and then make the boxes the figures come in anyway? Why wouldn't you reduce your production costs, not make the retail boxes, and just put the figures in the collector's box?
But do you think it's maybe they're offloading surplus?
Yeah. Huh?
Maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe they had a large sale to a retailer fall through, and they had maybe 1,000 or 2,000 units, and it was cheaper just to,
Produce
dress
a
up
cardboard box. Yeah.
dress up the pig to move them out.
You got that right.
Them out.
Them? Yes, move them.
Got that right.
I don't know. I think it's okay. It's not like the coolest thing in the world I've ever seen, but I mean, at least they're giving us a gift box to
Yeah,
put
but
stuff
compare that
in,
to
but-
the
weird.
Devastator. Compare that to the Devastator suitcase. I mean, even if the suitcase isn't your thing, at least it's something significantly different to make it more exclusive
'cause-
as an exclusive.
This is just a fancy storage box. And it doesn't make any sense for someone like me. I throw my boxes away. Like I only keep very special boxes. And
This is a special box.
I suppose it is, but it's a special
not-
box
it's not
that
like-
technically doesn't have any toy that comes with
No,
it.
I mean, the thing.
I was reminded of the scene from Emperor's New Groove. Make a little flea, and then I'll put him in a box, and then I'll put him in a box, and then I'll mail it to myself, and then I'll smash it with a hammer.
Well,
That's what popped in my head.
the only thing.
Oh, well, that's where Jet Devastator can use his hammer.
Yeah, his hammer. It happens to have over here. Then you can crush these little, I don't know, AliExpress little plastic things they decided to throw in there to try to make it more premium. I don't know if you noticed the little plaques.
Yeah,
At
I
least
mean,
at least it's not what we talked about last week.
how much is this making? Is there any price on this?
It's a
Not that
lot.
I've seen. Speaking
It's-
of hammers, he's
it's
got a
not
hammer. See his hammer? This is actually a prototype. A buddy of mine and I are working together to make a new expansion set for 86 Devastator, G1 Devastator, and also for Combiner Wars Devastator. It's going to include a hammer and a hard hat. And it's going to give the side gun to him that goes on his head. So that way, he can, smack Superion and everybody else in the face with a hammer. I mean,
he's going to wreck it.
Exactly. I mean, come on. He is a construction worker. Why wouldn't he have a hammer? Obviously, he'll probably end up doing like a drill set, But, new thing. I don't actually have the Superion pictures. What the heck is it?
My understanding is that one comes with new stickers. Comes with a set of stickers to put on it.
The Superion set?
And other than that, the toy is the same.
Is this stuff all like Asian market? Like, is it Japanese
is
or is it
Chinese market?
This
I think this is Hasbro Asia.
So it's like the Chinese market and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. It's going
Forgive
to
me if I say it wrong. Is it Dang Yi? His name? He was posting it.
I think I saw a repost of a repost, so I really don't.
And he had said that the toys are the same, but that it did come with a sticker sheet. So
I mean, if it's anything like any other sticker sheet that's ever come with a Hasbro toy in the last 10 to 15 years, it's terrible stickers.
I mean, these aren't the best pictures in the world that TFW has up, but I mean, looks like these are just literally pulled off of TikTok or something. It just looks like the G1 box art with it all cut out, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. But yeah,
that's
sticker
not. I don't think that's the picture I saw.
That is part of it.
I mean, I like that it's an actual gift set, sort of like they did for their Minosaur with the Legacy gift set. They recreated the gift set look for Japan, which I thought was brilliant, and I love it. But it's not worth it just for a box.
I agree. Even stickers.
Right-click save, and you've got it on. And you can look at it whenever you want to.
My thing is with the whole sticker situation, Toy Hacks is going to do this already. So I mean,
yeah.
Well, that's what my
very blurry picture. Thanks, TFW.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can literally tell it's an entire decal sheet. This is kind of strange. I don't know what this is all about. Maybe just specs or something. I don't know.
That could be sticker placement.
Showing where the stickers are going.
Yeah,
that's sticker placement. Yeah.
Okay. It's just one of those things. I find it really strange.
Yeah, those are odd. I've seen the Devastator one all over the place, but I hadn't seen the other two. At least the Optimus. I mean, I feel like the set for the Optimus and Megatron at least seemed to come with some nice like stuff that you can use in your display, the little acrylic standees and stuff like that. But it's boxes go into closets, so it's like it's hard to get really really excited about a fancy box.
Well, and that one's to me, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense simply because if you are a box collector, you want something that looks pleasing, that looks other than a chrome box. I don't know. I mean, this is probably someone's cup of tea. It's just not mine.
Some kid in Asia is going to go to school and pull it out, open it up, and like pull the little individual areas out that are housing Optimus and Megatron. He's going to look like the most official Optimus and Megatron fan ever.
Until the guy rolls in with his big old suitcase of Debbie. Then they're going to be like, man, now this guy knows how to roll.
It seemed, I don't know, just, it feels like this is kind of like the old school exclusives, but only like, they got like part of the way with the suitcase, and it was like, okay, that's enough. Let's pull it back. Let's pull it back. Okay, that's fine. and it's just very
Blah.
interesting to why.
Yeah, because I mean, what would have made the suitcase cool is if they came in a foam cutout, like that was already in there. So when you unzip it, you open it up, and they're just
Yeah, but then
devastator.
you
You know.
could use it as a suitcase.
I mean, I can understand if somebody's like a big fan that wants like suitcases, because I mean, obviously, I have a suitcase and these are useful, but I agree with Sideburn on that. I think they should have done something much like they did with like the BotCom boxes where they had cutouts for all the figures to go in or something. They could have easily done that. As for the Prime and Megatron, I kind of wish they could have, did the whole Goodbye Convoy set. They could have really leaned into that harder and made that set look like that. That would have probably made it more appealing than some holographic box that's got dual layers for really nothing, honestly. Like, they don't come with enough accessories, I don't think, for 2 entire trays. Especially if they probably put them in their alt modes. But that's my opinion on that.
I don't know.
if
I
you guys
just see these. I see these and see myself saving a lot of money.
same. But speaking of money you guys had spent, heard you guys all got an Arcee.
Yep.
I did not get any of those because obviously I don't really collect the G1 stuff anymore. But I remember way back in the day, I made my own Headmaster Arcee, and then I sent it off to Don here. It's now,
Which I am eternally grateful. That's an excellent custom. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. I'm glad I was actually able to make a Headmaster Arcee that was made off the Chrome Dome mold and pretty much a spike Headmaster for it. That's what they initially were going to do back in the day when they decided to do that whole napkin drawing. So I decided to make that happen. But now we actually have a wooden prototype turned into plastic toy form and mass produced for everybody. So how are we all feeling about this Arcee?
Y'all go first. 'Cause I want to hear what Brett thinks.
Go ahead, Brett.
See here.
That bad?
Okay.
Oh.
I gotta get her. She's buried here. Hang on. So I went ahead and purchased them both. The prototype version, right here, with the wonderful thunder thighs. Yeah. And I still don't think I have it transformed right, but that's the point. And then I left her in the vehicle mode for now. And I gotta tell you, the vehicle mode to me, I like better than the robot mode. I think it's very sleek. It just looks good. It looks good.
Does it feel like it fits in with your G1 stuff?
No, because it's too stylized. But the size wise and everything, it would line up okay. The robot, I don't like the arms. I don't like the arms, and I don't like these legs. And then it kind of makes her kind of bow-legged. And then if you get them straight and everything, to me, even with the little heel spurs, she's
a little wobbly.
a little hard to stand.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had too many problems, but maybe it's just a matter of really. I mean, you do gotta sort of. I mean, she always looks like her legs always look wrong. It always looks weird.
I'm saying. It look wrong. Yeah.
So I mean, that's I'll let Don go first because I kind of wanted to bring up a whole thing about the transformation and the engineering and stuff.
I mean, let me ask you this. I mean, here she is, okay? But then there. That looks horrible. That
But
looks horrible.
Didn't the original
I mean, they do
prototype
come
kind of have
out,
that?
huh?
Yeah, I mean
Wasn't the
the
original
traditional
prototype
prototype was
kind of
ugly.
like, you know, kind of similar to that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the
She
thing
got no
is,
butt. She did in the cartoon. I mean, why are we doing
well,
the? I don't
well,
know.
you have
I expected a little more, especially in the arm articulation, which there is none.
the thing is, they're trying to hit about 3 or 4 different things. They're trying to make it look G1. They're trying to make it look like the drawing. They're trying to make it actually transform, and they're trying to make it to actually fit in with other G1 stuff in actual physical reality, which this never was. So there's a lot of metrics that they're having to balance out against each other to get this thing to both work, look correctly, and fit in with the proper part of your collection. All those things together, I believe this turned out as good as it could without significantly missing one of those other metrics. Now, I have not opened my Alita. My Alita is staying in the box. I want to, but I might want to get one later so I can have like I just got one of each. I would like to have another one of each to keep in the box because it's just the packaging is absolutely incredible. Packaging is just beautiful, gorgeous, and as I said, to me, this is Alita One. If you look at the different head sculpt, to me, this is like Proto Alita One. If they made one for the cartoon, um, but I think the only thing I really have a problem, other than the heels, is she has BotCon Tigatron head syndrome, which
Yeah.
is just, it's not
Yeah.
as bad. It's not as bad, but in order to have
Nothing.
in order
It'd be very hard to be as bad as that
yeah,
Tigatron.
but in order to have the clearance issues in vehicle mode, but I
Yeah, but
think with the
you're okay with the arms? The arms are horrible.
arms are horrible, but however, like I said, imagine her is kind of like a triple changer. You have to hit so many cues in 3 different modes, and we all know that with very few exceptions, there's not a triple changer that does not have one mode that has to suffer for the other 2. She's trying to hit 4 different aesthetic cues. Well, 2 aesthetic cues looking like G1 and looking like the prototype pictures, and 2 physical cues transforming and actually working in vehicle mode. So you're trying to hit all of these aspects on this chart. The arms couldn't be any more posable, then it may not transform properly, or it may not look like the picture, or it may not look like a G1. So again, for all of the metrics that this has to hit to exist in physical reality, I don't think we could get it much different without it failing on 1 or 2 of those other metrics. And then you have to wonder, people will be saying, well, why couldn't they do that? Why does it look like this? Why doesn't it transform like this? So
I
that's
will
that's
say
the way I look at it. That's the way I look at it.
I will say this: the vehicle mode, I would say, I am hard pressed to give a 10 out of 10, but I'll give like a 9.8 out of 10. I think the vehicle mode is perfect, about as perfect as you can get. I like it. I think the size is good, dimensions, everything, and it rolls, so that's good too. The bot, honestly, I'd give a 4. I'm really disappointed in the bot mode. I don't like the construction of the legs. I don't like the arms at all. Believe it or not, out of everything, even with the flat head, I can live with the flat head more than the limbs. They just don't look right, and there's no posability.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, like
Oh,
the
and the box is awesome. I love all the boxes from the.
I do think it would have been a lot nicer, like, because they're obviously trying to pull off that really terrible looking prototype, like, and I think
they got that right.
visually they made it look, but it would have been nice, at least if this for the because what's the cool thing about Optimus? The cool thing about Optimus is when you first transform him, you can transform him and he mostly just looks and has the same articulation as the original from
Right.
like
You're
from the
talking about
start, and then you
you're talking about the
start
missing
to
link.
yeah, and then you start to really move him around, and then he starts to sort of unlock his like the added engineering for the missing link line. Um, and I think what I think what they did, I feel like this is over engineered in many ways. And I have and I wanted to ask you guys because I don't have a lot of G1, right? Especially not much after um, 86. I had like Wheelie and I had Ultra Magnus.
Well, you had the heavy hitter Willie.
Yep.
But I'm not sure how a lot of those felt to transform. I just don't feel like this feels like it's a G1 figure given articulation. Like, which it's not. But the missing link line appeal is take a G1 toy and give it articulation. And this just feels like it has too much. Like I feel like there's a lot of things they engineered in this that they wouldn't have done in the 80s, right?
I get what you're saying. I kind of along those lines where this, if I had gotten this back in 84, 85, I would have been happy with it. But for a missing link, I would expect more.
And like I do wish like it would have been nice to like maybe if this
Right.
slid up a little bit and then the arm slid down a little bit to give it some more, because right now you get it swivels out and you got to kind of work with it in that in that configuration, this like swiveled out, and it really kind of is a big limiter to that posability, that particular point. But I just I like the look of it. It's not like offensive. I just felt like it didn't hit that. I feel like I'm playing with an old toy that is suddenly made new and
Not updated.
more interesting, right? Which is kind of not fair to hold against it because there was no toy that existed, but at the same time, that's sort of the whole missing link thing, and it's kind of an awkward figure in that regard.
I mean, overall, how do you guys feel about the purchase itself? Like the quality of it? Like I know you said you didn't really like how the joints work, but just the quality of them, how do they feel?
Well, let me ask: are all of you are the ankle joints super tight on all you guys's?
Yes.
I thought I was gonna break it.
Yes.
Um,
I don't know about yours, but get the heel spurs out was pretty tough.
Yeah, it was pretty difficult, and I felt like the first time I got the knees to actually click down also felt a little
Right. Well, I first transformed it and I did not, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, why are these wheels in too far? And I had to mess with it again, and then a little force, and then they click out.
yeah, and then to push them
But
back in is also kind of scary.
well, I haven't tried the reverse yet, but I clicked out, and then I'm like, come on, you can go a little further. You can go a little further. They're still in, and they don't.
Yeah, no.
So they don't line
They have a
straight up.
very strange bow to them. Which
Yes.
I mean, and I think I think it's gonna look fine on the shelf with all the other missing links when I start getting it. I only have Optimus right now because I'm buying just the anime versions of them, so I'm waiting for anime Bumblebee and Cliffjumper. So she's my second missing link. But
Do you have the?
yeah, I mean, I think she's gonna look fine with them, but she's just kind of an awkward figure, and it's obviously born from the fact that there was no G1 figure. But I don't know, it's an interesting thing to exist, and the boxes are really cool. I mean, it's a G1 box Arcee.
Yes.
So I mean, it kind of basically would fit in pretty well because from what I've seen, I saw a lot of photos with this. with next to like Hot Rod and Springer and all them, and she looks like the part. But if you don't move some of the parts so it doesn't look too articulated, it looks like it does fit in with the G1 shelf pretty well. But I'm with Dawn on the prototype color being, a different character completely. I, do you guys see them maybe in the future using the same mold to do the other fembots?
I think what they'll do is they'll do a Paradron Medic from this. Because again, that's the obvious go-to for this missing link.
That's an easy one.
Maybe a Nightbird.
Maybe I hadn't thought about that, but you're right. If there was a G1 Nightbird, I can see in my head the cartoon that they would have copied.
Well,
Arcee, copied Arcee for.
Yeah, but third party's already done that.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying if
so,
you're sticking with
that idea could be done, no problem.
Right. Yeah. So, but I think if they were going to do any of the other fembots, they would have to actually make, molds that were closer to, say, Moonracer, Firestar, Chromia, something that could be like one mold that could be relatively easily adapted to fit the other two, if that would be possible. Because otherwise, this wouldn't look like Firestar with her truck mode. It wouldn't like Moonracer. Moonracer's close, but there's still some very different visual cues other than just being Cybertronian looking car. So I think Paradron Medic and I think Nightbird is going to be the most common things. But I think if you get much further past that, you're missing the whole point of missing link. Because just otherwise it'll be like the figures when we had that one mold that we got all those fembots from that combined with that oversized Elita 1. That's that same female car mode.
Mm-hmm.
They had the fist attached that became the binder. Or Thalia, something like that. So that's my thought. We'll see it again, but if they stray too far from those like 4 characters, then it really won't be missing link to have those characters using this mold when it doesn't look like them.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought I saw a thing where they're planning on, I guess, the next missing link supposed to be Trailbreaker?
I think that was a shadow, a silhouette tease or something.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be either Trailbreaker or Hoist. I mean, obviously, be one or the other.
Yeah. I mean, if you get, no matter which one we get, you're getting the other. So that's kind of.
Well, I mean, to me, with that's easy repaint potential because Trailbreaker was repainted in blue and yellow.
Yeah.
And then Hoist was done in, what was it? Red and
yellow.
Red and yellow? Yeah. So it's easy repaint potential for that, for the Diaclone guys out there, because these all came with Diaclone figures. Did Arcee come with a Diaclone figure?
Oh, you mean in the bot? No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I wasn't sure if they would actually make that so that way she was compatible for that or not, because that seems to be kind of
and Prime
a running
didn't either.
thing.
Yeah, Prime didn't either.
Just Sunstreaker and Lambo.
I think one would fit. Like, there's no reason one couldn't fit into the seats. But
right.
It didn't come with one, no.
That'd be interesting.
No, it was just those.
I don't know if any of you guys had any like Diaclone figures handy to see if they would even fit in them, because I know that's the big draw of some of these.
I actually do. Let me. I'll try it here in a second. I'll transform mine while we talk about stuff.
Okay.
Because I have my Gridman Diaclone.
Gridman Diaclone win. So, as for think you guys were talking about Rat Trap earlier. I know some of you guys have it coming to you soon, correct?
Yeah, mine's in my pile of loot at BBTS, but I've got some other stuff hovering on being released, so I haven't shipped it yet.
Okay.
I've got him. That's the main thing.
Cyburn, you get yours yet, or is it on the way? Ah, he has them in hand.
Yeah, I actually opened him up like 30 minutes before the show, just in case we talked about him, because I had him. I got him in a couple days ago, and I just had him sitting to the side and hadn't gotten to open him yet. So yeah, I got him transformed. He's pretty cool. I mean, he pulls off the look. I think he might have the best. He might have the best beast mode. Outside of Primal, in just that it all really does really well to conceal the robot mode from all angles. Like Tigertron was really good, except for he had that big old hole in his back end. But yeah, he's the transformation wasn't too bad. I mean, I don't think it was the funnest transformation. I mean, he's got a backpack. There's a backpack to this guy, which is expected. It wasn't frustrating. It wasn't hard. There was no spots that felt like I was going to break it. None of that. It was just a lot of folding stuff up to make it fit together. But I mean, he looks great. Like the Takara knocked out of the park with every single one of these. Like there's the only one that I'm not a super big fan of is Black Arachne, and it's mostly because the transformation is just so infuriating to get it back into being a spider. But otherwise, the whole entire line is just freaking fantastic.
Well, I'm glad they're going to look that good together on the shelf. Megamus, did you get yours, or are you still waiting on it?
Oh, I haven't even ordered it yet.
Okay, I didn't know if you were going to get him or not, because I know you do some
Oh,
of these.
I'll get
but
him.
not all.
I'll get him, absolutely. But I'll just wait. I'm waiting on that one. I haven't pre-ordered the Missing Link Ultra Magnus either. I'm going to wait on that. See, one of those things for me, they just pop up.
Yeah. Speaking of Misty Link Ultra Magnus, you have seen they're doing Diaclone Ultra Magnus power, right?
Are they doing the yellow one?
No.
Not
that
yet.
I've seen.
P Magnus.
Urine Cake Magnus.
That's actually not what it's called. I'll just say P Magnus.
Well, if they make him, you're in luck.
That's true.
Just hope you're not in luck of it exploding because of the.
Just make sure it's number one in your cart, not number 2.
We don't need any floaties in there.
You really want to keep going with these dad jokes? We can do it.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I've already,
Easily.
You can't. It's already out. It's out of the bag now. I mean, it's game on.
It's like they say you can't put the poop back in the horse. Unless you use a plunger, and I don't know you're doing that.
You can't put the Ultra Magnus back in either.
No, you can't.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So, speaking of Missing Link, what other ones would you actually like to see done in Missing Link style?
Like I said, give me every mini bot. Give me every mini bot, and I'm happy.
Mini bots. The Dotson brothers, I think, would be a good use of the Missing Link.
Talk about being able to reuse a mold. Absolutely.
Yeah. I think the one everybody that I know wants to see is the Seeker, because you get Starstream, Skywarp, Thundercracker, Thrust, Dirge, Ramjet, Sunstorm, Nacelle, the Rainmakers. That's That's how many there. Plus, you got all the background characters if they wanted to milk it for that. I'm sure you've got some BotCon characters that you could make those colors. Because everyone I know was not happy that Nacelle got the Cybertronian jet when it was released. They wanted the Earthspark, Earthrise mold.
Right.
Earthrise. And now we've got the new Seeker mold coming out. So you'll be getting a ton of repaints from that at $42.99 a piece.
Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't
That's what I
stay
mean.
in.
That's
Doesn't stay
Perceptor.
in place, but
Yeah,
Oh.
Perceptor could be done.
Yeah, it
I
looks
thought-
like
was
you
it-
can actually fit a Diaclone figure then.
Yeah.
it's
And-
pretty much the size of it. But I mean, it just doesn't
Was-
stay in place. There's nothing to hold it in place, so it just lies around.
And wasn't one of y'all? Didn't one of y'all mention that Reflector would be a good missing link character? I think it was one of y'all
I
that said
did.
that.
I did. I said it would be the best.
Yep. So
First
there's
combiner.
that. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, because I mean, I'm looking at my Reflector here, and I think, yeah, I don't think it'd be too hard for them to actually add extra articulation on them, especially the
Add
way
some
each
joints,
one of them
baby.
work.
You know,
know?
something that I would love to see with the missing link, and this is going to sound kind of weird. Jump starters. I've
Yep.
always liked the jump starters. I thought they had great color palettes. I thought they looked good. Top Spin was always my favorite, just because he was this boat, space pontoon boat kind of thing. But I would like to see, jump. They of course they wouldn't have the gimmick, but I would love to see jump starters done in Missing Link.
Only if they make a ungodly amount of them, and in the future we can get them for like $5 a pop.
Well, something, if you want to go that route, battle chargers. Give us Missing Link battle chargers.
Yeah.
With articulation, so they can do more than just have their arms out like this.
I mean, it'd be
I mean,
kind of. I was about to say it'd be kind of interesting to see the same thing done with Throttlebots, because Throttlebots.
Oh
don't
yeah,
really-
definitely.
Same
Those
thing.
would be really interesting to see done
Yeah.
that way.
Problem is though, there's not a lot of. If they could do Goldbug from the existing Bumblebee mold, I think it would be okay. I think and mentally it would be close enough, but the rest of the Throttlebots, other than like Searchlight and Chase, would have molding differences, but they're still a very similar. Well, all the Throttlebots are similar as far as transformation. But I'm talking about like body styles. Roll bar, wide load would be had to be very specific body shapes to work.
Well, but the
Repaint
problem
would-
is here. The problem is you'll wind up getting something like this. That
Yeah.
That's
that
a
is
problem.
not bumper.
No.
That is not bumper. That's supposed to be bumper,
You
but
know
it's
what-
not.
You know what was the closest thing to bumper, like car wise, that came out? Was that Bumblebee that came with the exosuit spike?
Yeah, that little one that was a Target exclusive.
If you just switched the head on him, literally looked like bumper, because the car
Yeah.
itself straight looked like bumper,
then
because it was that little
you've got
boxy
Bumble-
Mazda looking
Yeah.
thing.
And you got Bumble Jumper.
Well, that's bumper.
That is bumper. Bumble jumper
Okay, I
is
didn't-
bumper.
Bumper. They're the same.
I did
And-
not know those two were the same. Okay, I did not know.
Yeah,
that.
and
If I
so
did, I forgot.
if you look at that, okay, I can kind of see it, but then you go, oh, that's Bumblebee. It's like, oh no. If they
it's
just
the
squared
round
off, make it a
headlights.
sedan like it's supposed to be.
Or hubcap. It could be hubcap if you want to call him hubcap.
No, it's legally
That's
distinct
different.
Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just Bumblebee. No, I mean literally, if they had redesigned it bumper correctly, you could actually have used that and changed the head and got hubcap. More so than just changing the head on Bumblebee.
But their
That would
defaults
make more
always
sense.
go to cliff jumper. They forget about hubcap being one of those tiny mini bots like that.
He was a 1.5, almost a G2.
Well, yeah. I
He
know.
was a throwaway. Eh.
Yeah, I like the G2 colored one anyway because of the, the vac metal, the a nice shiny red. Can't tell me it isn't cool, because it is.
I would really love for them. Like, I just would really love for Missing Link to do some more Decepticons. And I feel like, I mean,
Oh, when they get that secret mold figured out, you'll get all the Decepticons you can stand.
see, that one just seems like the hardest one to figure out. But I mean, we'll see. I mean, they're giving articulation to the brick that is Ultra Magnus. But like, obviously it seems like Soundwave would be an easy place to start, but I would really like to see some of the, like, we have sort of a mix of 86 stuff in there, so I would love to see like maybe a Cyclonus or a Scourge.
I've got the number one pick, and I got an idea of how you could do it. Hear me out. Megatron. Now, how do you do that? It's simple. You sell him in parts.
A Build-A-Figure.
A Build-A-Figure.
Yeah.
Then you can get away with the mold. Because you're not selling it as that. You're selling
But
it
still,
as
it's still the final product would resemble a gun, and
I'm
sure
it's semantics here. I'm trying to get it thrown out there. I want my multi. I want my Pew Pew Megatron.
Here you have to mail away for the last piece, which is the gun barrel.
Or I don't even care. Just I want it.
No, you just contact Blockies to make the whole gun barrel attachment kit. You just snag that from them. There you go.
Well, I will say, because I had floated the idea just to humor the whole entire thing of them doing a G1 style Hank Megatron when they announced Arcee. Arcee has instilled me with the confidence to say that I don't think they could make it feel like a G1 figure. Arcee looks close enough to the part and all that stuff, but I just don't think.
Well,
I don't think they could give us more. I don't think they could give us more, like, characters that never got actual figures that would feel
right. But like the G2 Megatron did not feel like a G1.
Yeah.
Even the original. It just because it wasn't. It just wasn't.
Well, no, and I'm not even saying. I'm saying do what they did with 86 as a G1 style, But I don't think they could pull it off as well as I thought they could after getting Arcee. Like, Arcee kind of pulls it off, but like at the end of the day, I felt like she had too much engineering. I'm like, this doesn't feel like the engineering of a 1986 robot.
Correct.
I mean, that's the whole point of Missing Link, was add extra articulation. But like Don was saying, it was kind of hard for them to hit every point. That's where I was like, why not to just make one that's highly articulated and then make one that's literally a brick, and then you have both worlds happy.
Yeah, I don't know if I really agree.
The balance.
Because I felt like
they missed on this is they could have done that.
Yeah.
The way it's transformed now, and then make it so that you could transform it further to be more articulated, because that is what like the Prime and the Sunstreaker are. Mm-hmm. You transform it one way, it's like 85, 84 all over, but then you can transform it a little further and get that extra articulation and everything. And there's part of me that thinks they could have done it.
Yeah, I agree.
So what would you think?
They sort of settled in a halfway spot. Is kind of where it fell. And
do you think they'll ever tackle Ratchet and Ironhide?
Of course, it's easy repaints, and you've got all the Diaclone repaints waiting in the wing. Plus, if they make it so you could have it either regular looking cartoon Ironhide, or you could have the toy Ironhide.
Mm-hmm.
That would be absolute. I mean, people would buy that just for the even if they never kept it in original toy mode sticker face thing. Being able to do that in the figure, I think would make them sell tons of them just for the novelty of being able to do that. Even if most people didn't, you could.
I don't see how they couldn't with all that extra kibble
Of course, they could also do it
convert
as a
that
separate
into.
release.
But you see what I'm saying? No, I'm just saying. The original broke into basically a sled and the bot with no head. Well, then you put some
Thank you,
sort of
Wheelie.
articulation in the sled to make it the head and the arms, and then there you go.
Thank you, Wheelie. You rhymed. Appreciate that.
Giggity. I just saying, it has to be able to be done. Now, is it cost effective to do it? Not a numbers guy.
Well, I think Mirage is another one because I know a lot of people had issues because Mirage is a
Oh,
very,
yeah.
very, very,
And again,
very
Diaclone
fragile
repaints.
waste on it. And I think a lot of people would be more apt to buy one of those just because of that situations if they can remedy that waste situation because it spins, but they make it so it actually has articulation. They can get rid of that
Well,
specific
the first thing that
thing.
they would do that would improve upon it is the type of plastic, because the type of plastic, that blue plastic, is horrible to put as a main joint that is prone to breaking. It was a complete design flaw. You've got two pieces of plastic held together with a plastic nub that it spins around, and then when they made that blue plastic, over time that becomes just like gold plastic syndrome on a main point. So it's bound to break. So just by using better plastic would improve upon that.
I think they're not going to do missing link like as a main focus. It's going to be, I guess the way I'm thinking it, it's like it's a treat line.
Just scattered
like
out.
Scattered out.
Yeah.
Like if they see there's going to be lulls in between Hasbro product or Takara, especially Takara product coming out, and they can slot a missing link or at least announce a new missing link to be hitting. That way they can keep momentum going in case there's delay issue, something for them to keep in their back pocket. It's being worked on, and it's not going to be ignored because the sales are obviously there. They're tapping something as big as Ultra Magnus, but it's not going to be. We're not going to see a new image that says this is coming soon every 6 months.
I'm kind of curious. Did they put the price point on Ultra Magnus? I know it's on pre-order. How high is that now?
Hang on, I just saw it. I'm at Hasbro Pulse right now, canceling a few things because of what I've mentioned in the. Well, it's what I mentioned in the chat today. Magnus is with tax and my Pulse Premium taking off the shipping, $207. So he's $199.99. Some some places were. Well, how much was Optimus by himself was $89. So so $90 of that Ultra Magnus is just that Optimus cab in white. So the other $100 is the Ultra Magnus trailer.
Well,
And
how much was Prime with the trailer?
149, 139.
All right, so not that much more.
Yeah, because I think there's probably more mass in Ultra Magnus's back half. Plus, you've got whatever the Diaclone buggy guy is adding
The battle
to that
buggy,
as well.
dude.
Sure.
So
Sure.
I mean, I guess I can, I can justify I think that price for that, but not anything higher than that. And is that straight from Hasbro? No import BS, none of that, right?
That's Pulse. It's straight Hasbro pricing. Let me look here.
BBTS has it as $194.99, so it'll come out to $200.
Oh yeah, no, it is $194. The tax for me is almost $13. So that's so I didn't realize the tax was that much on it. So yeah, it's still $194. When it came out, places were charging. Some places where you can source your toys from was like $239, $249.
Right.
And a lot of them got reduced when the MSRP stabilized. I don't know if the BBTS includes tariff fees or doesn't include tariff fees. because I dropped my pre-orders of the Hot Wheels figures there because they jumped up $5 a piece because of the tariff fees, and other places where I have them on pre-order does not. So I don't want to spend it. I don't want to spend extra $20 on.
I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that they have adjusted for tariffs because these aren't. Well, yeah, it says includes tariff surcharge. So
Okay, yeah, I hadn't checked, but what are they $34.99 now at BBTS?
what the
Hot Wheels
Hot
ones?
Wheels?
Yeah, because they sent out an email that it was going from 31 to 34.99 because of the tariffs.
Yeah, $34.99.
And we pre-ordered them at $29.99.
Well, and that they actually still say excludes tariffs. At least
yeah,
one of them does.
Yeah, so I
The
just
other one
canceled.
doesn't. That's weird.
Yeah, I just canceled mine because I've got them at Pulse that doesn't say that, and I've got them at Amazon, just whichever one comes in first.
Right.
But yeah, I think. But
I
I
feel
think
like that might be just a mistake. So.
Yeah. So
because one
as
of
far
them
as
says excludes and one of them doesn't say anything.
yeah. Well, it's weird when the last batch of Joe Classified went up. You had the female Crimson Vipers, you had Crazy 8, Crazy Legs, and Zap, I think. And of those three at BBTS, only the female Crimson Vipers said excludes tariff surcharges. The other two were the same price, but didn't say that.
Interesting.
And of those three, which one is a troop builder? And which one's a female figure?
I wonder if
You have
it's
to wonder.
Mhm.
You have to wonder.
and I wonder if they just have someone using, they might have someone who does their website using like an old template for some of them. Like
Maybe.
it's hard to say.
I just found it odd that the troop builder female figure is the only one that excluded any tariff fees, but was still the same price as everything else in that wave.
So I would think they would all be declared for the same price. I don't see this coming in.
Anyway, but again, that's anywhere you go. It's like I canceled or order Entertainment Earth. Mezco is coming out with a Samurai Jack figure, and it looks great. But I've personally had some issues with Mezco over the past couple of months on a pre-order I had, and with it only went up about like $5 with increased tariffs. So it really wasn't the money. It was just the fact is I didn't want to give Mezco any more of my money after what happened on my Shadow pre-order. So I just canceled that. Also because of what I mentioned in our group text about what I'm looking at. But yeah, I think Missing Link is going to continue to surprise us. But I think we need to be prepared for a lot of repaints of certain molds because we all know that's coming. There's no way around it. We know it's coming.
I mean, I think in their eyes, they're probably going to try to do at least all the cars. I just don't know how they could possibly even do triple changers. I personally think it'd be really cool to have like a Blitzwing that has that. Even Astro Train. I'm a big Astro Train fan.
Yeah, I think
Those would
if
be
they did
interesting
it
to see in Missing Link style.
Yeah. I think we're just going to have to wait and see because they've got so much 1984 that they can redo. Anything after that, unless it's like an Arcee or like Megama said with mini bots that are smaller costs as far as production costs and such.
Right.
We're just going to have to wait and see because the speculation is fun, but between Takara and their Suitcase Devastator and some of the deep cuts we're getting from Hasbro, nothing is off limits. Like that new Quintus Prime that's coming out in a like next year.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me that someone on someone's whiteboard in a corner of a room they have Botanica question mark encircled with
If
that.
they don't give me a Botanica, I'm gonna do nothing, but I'm gonna be disappointed because we've never been closer to a Botanica than the tentacle monster that they're releasing. You know,
Well,
Well, it's funny because even on Facebook, they did polls of the first figure ever. You know, what would you want? And that was the number one figure. That
I think
everyone.
everybody's just like, I gotta see how they do it. You know, even if it's not a character.
I don't even care
You know,
about picking it up. I want to see how they do it.
it doesn't
Exactly.
even have to be great. It just needs to be at this point. Like I just
It needs to
need.
be
I just
because we got
want
Rat
to
Trap. We need
put
to
it
Rat
over
Trap.
there with all the rest of my horrible, terrible Beast Machines figures that I love so much, and it completes everything. Everything's done.
Yep.
well, I mean, we do have to keep in mind though they're going to be doing Liege Maximo, and Liege Maximo, if you remember him
That's
in
going to be.
Generation 2, he had a lot of like tentacly things hanging off him too. So
Yeah.
they could
I'm
be
just wondering.
maybe they'll learn from both to create
Yeah.
Botanica.
I'm
Maybe
just
Botanica.
wondering if Liege Maximo will not be some kind of Megatronus remold.
Well, they haven't remolded any of the primes that I've noticed. I haven't seen any remolding on any of them. But I don't know. I don't know for sure. I don't, when it comes to like shared engineering, maybe a little bit. But there hasn't been like a solid like remold of like the entire figure. So maybe this will give them repaint potential in the future. Because they haven't even repainted any of them that I know of yet. Or even announced, right? Any kind of repaints of any of
I
the
mean,
private
not yet.
models.
Nothing I can
No,
think of.
So
it doesn't mean that in the future that it's not out of the question, but right now they're still just working through the 13. Um,
yeah,
and some of them are very weird, and seeing
Like
where they could even
amalgamists.
take those, but yeah.
It's like I didn't even order him because it's like I want to get all the 13 primes because I think it's a very important collecting milestone to finally have them all physical. But it's like I don't know what he is. I don't know what he does, and he's $60. I'm gonna wait and see when it's out because I don't think that'll be a hard one to get.
isn't he supposed to be sort of like a weaponizer because he's able to like change forms consistently?
I
Kind
don't.
of. I mean, he to me it looks like he's almost like the play pattern of the new Diaclone stuff, where you can assemble him in all a bunch of different vehicles and stuff like that. Pull them apart in 7 different ways. Um, so a little like where the weaponizers really was sort of just you pull them apart to slap random robot bits onto other robots. These he at least looks like all of his parts form some types of vehicles. But yeah, he's kind of just he is kind of that weaponizer idea, sort of taken to its most extreme in that regard. He doesn't look like he looks like he'd be a fun figure for like maybe as a kid I would have been super into him, just because all the creativity you can have with playing with him. But he's a weird concept.
I mean, he reminds me when I looked, just his design reminds me of Metal Gear. It just does. Like I think it looks a lot like the mech out of Metal Gear, but I mean, I'm a big fan of play patterns, so I think that toy is actually going to be pretty good. I did like the way the weaponizers work because you're able to take them apart, and I've seen people take several of those and like build their own, like the fossilizers, where they took all the fossilizers and built their own like entire crazy robot. I can imagine people doing the same thing with amalgamists, just buying several of them to create some dude half the size or maybe as big as Devastator if you have enough of them. Be kind of interesting.
I mean, he's a leader class 80, so
Then
You
we had
probably
those
need,
people
like,
doing the
2.
same thing with all the Junkions. The Junkions, I saw trash monsters and all different kinds of stuff built out of that. So I don't see it not selling because of a play pattern, but on the other hand, I see where Don's coming from. Like, I don't really have an affiliation with it. It's cool, but not for that price point. I get that. It's just to me, one of those things, like when they're doing these prime figures, the question is, who is it like really appealing to? Like, do you have Onyx Prime yet, Sideburn?
I do. Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
I didn't know if you were getting him
No,
or not.
he doesn't appeal to me at all. Like,
Well, immediately I got him when Target had it 20 off 75. So I picked up him and a McFarlane Sandman,
Mhm.
Golden Age Sandman, because I love the JSA, and that was right over the $75. So I got the $20 off, which basically made the Sandman $4. So I thought I can live with that.
Can understand that. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out like what they could possibly do with some of those molds in the future, and I really don't know offhand with most of those because I mean Onyx Prime they can redo as that weird Brave series figure, just because he turns into a centaur.
Yeah, Pegasus Saber.
Yeah, Pegasus Saber. But I'm not really sure like what else they could do with those, like offhand. Like even the I can't remember her name. The one that is the weaponsmith. It's got the apron and the hammer.
Solus Prime.
Yeah.
Solus Prime.
Yeah.
What else would you do with Solus Prime? That's the question I have. Like, what would you do with that figure? Like, I can't think of anybody else that you could turn that into, other than maybe some kind of fan mode thing or something. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
like a few of these, I feel like they could go into some directions. But the likelihood is a lot of these are one-offs.
Well, but I'm sure with this design team, all of these have something. Like I said, writ on a over there, XYZ da 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 da. So I think we'll see some very surprising things from these molds. Maybe not anytime soon, but
I think we'll get some premium versions of them later on that come with, like, tchotchkes and stuff like that. That they'll be like quality premium paint and all that stuff. Like maybe they'll like reissue because they all had their Titan Masters, back when that was a thing. So maybe they'll all come with the 13 Titan Masters and stuff like that. There's other ways they can use these and still have them released as the primes. And the only one that to me that when I look at it and I see the obvious remold reuse is Botanica from Quintus, but I'm sure someone out there can think of something that these could be turned into. I'm sure maybe Onyx could be turned into something from maybe there's some way to work him into being like Scourge or something from Cybertron. Maybe there's different ways to make that happen.
now I'm only going to bring this up. There was a leaked list of 2027 figures, but the poster was not JT Prime. So
It's questionable.
It's very questionable.
Mm-hmm.
But one thing on this list, again, not even a grain of salt, a grain of Mrs. Dash, a salt substitute. One of them was
a grain of sand from the beach.
yes, exactly. Basically, Dawn of Futures Past, Beast Wars characters with Cybertronian pre-Beast Wars modes. So
I did see something about that.
Yeah. So if this has any real truth to it and turns out to be remotely passable, I mean, I can't stress enough on how much not to take this list seriously until we get more evidence one way or the other.
Mhm.
Some of these prime molds could be Beast Wars characters pre Beast Wars, possibly. Don't know. Just saying.
It would be something for them to do some of those characters, because I mean, the Dawn of Future's past set is so expensive. Like,
Yeah, it ain't a cheap set anymore. It never was, but it is now.
no,
Is it?
but now it's like, you know, you
What
gotta
is
be
that
making
thing
big
up to
bucks
now? Do
to
we even
track that
know?
thing down.
Because that
About
was the
$4,000.
most about $4,000.
Yeah, let me look.
Because it's the most expensive one, isn't it? Out of
Yeah.
all those sets.
I don't even think Games of Deception even hits those marks anymore.
Games of Deceptions is like nothing compared to that.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, that's
Shattered Glass
yeah.
is the second highest, and
All right.
Dawn's of Future Past is the highest.
Yeah. Okay.
That-
That
I'm only
Megatron by itself goes for several thousand, right?
yeah.
I saw someone put that up for $7,000.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Sold September 29th. The set says it's complete with certificate of authenticity. $2,900 and $15 shipping.
For Dawn's of Future Past.
Yes.
That was a bid,
That's
right?
a steal. That's a steal.
Yeah. Here's one that sold for $1,630, but that was I don't know anything about that. Without
So
going,
if
I'm just saying.
anyone out there wants to leave me one in their will, I promise it will be cherished greatly.
I mean, you may wind up getting mine. You may wind up getting mine, Sideburn.
I can tell you that at BotCon, one sold for just under $4,000. That's where I was coming with my number. I watched it sell.
Yeah, but now, just wondering, did it have all the add-on stuff?
No,
Like, okay, it was just the basic set itself.
it was the box set with all the paperwork.
Okay, because if that Megatron and Wasp Vader was included,
No, that was a steal then.
well, that was a steal. But that's Missing Link. I think we're just going to have to wait and see, and prepare to be blown away by some of the stuff.
And whatever they do with it, if they make anime versions, I'll buy it. That's kind of where I really like the the sort of, it's kind of, I mean, they're fun. I mean, there's something fun about having, especially if you've handled the old one. Yeah, and I haven't handled a lot of them, but I handled Optimus Prime and I handled Ultra Magnus. So remembering those bricks and then just transform it, and like I was saying earlier, as transform Optimus, he sort of gets to a point where this is just G1 Optimus. It's not that amazing, but then starting to move things around just a little more, and then suddenly it feels like a modern Optimus Prime figure.
Right. The only thing I'm gonna say, I'm gonna close out my thoughts on Missing Link, is I don't want to see them, and they're very likely they will do it. I don't want them to do like Trailbreaker with toy head, Trailbreaker with animation head, Trailbreaker toy head toy colors, Trailbreaker animation head animation colors, Hoist the same two things, Ironhide split them up, one with, although I don't think this would sell as well, with the sticker face versus toy face, and then I don't want to see them carve everything into the point of toy versus show. Because I mean, with Arcee, I get it. This is the prototype colors versus the character colors. I totally get that. That I'm happy with that. I don't want to see them do splitting hairs all the way down. Now the Dawson brothers, you probably couldn't. There's probably not enough difference between toy and animation to really do them differently. I know they did for Smoke. I know they did in the Masterpiece line, but it really wasn't that much. Like Prowl had a different color on his windows or his legs. Smokescreen's paint was a little different. But that's all. That's all I don't want to see is them splitting hairs so fine that you have toy head, toy deco, animation head, animation deco. I don't want to see that on every single character because that just creates fatigue and piss off.
No, I agree with that 100%. Because I
mean, there are probably a few where they definitely don't. I'm like, I've been questioning, like, I don't know if I should pick up Sunstreaker because it's like, are they going to do an animation Sunstreaker? I don't know. I mean, they could probably redo his head and make an animation head, but yeah, we'll see.
Well, the thing that surprised me is the fact that they decided to do the police car instead of the red one. That's what got me with the Sunstreaker mode. But they did
It's more
they chose.
popular.
See, I don't know if that's true because you got to remember he was the first out of Diaclone to be a car that turns into a robot like that. I would think they would covenant that red one more than they would the police car.
No, because this is for the Japanese market also.
That's what I'm saying. The
And it
Japanese
was
one,
more prevalent. The red one wasn't as prevalent.
which is strange because it was one of the very first ones ever seen in the commercial back then.
Mhm.
So, but I know Jazz definitely would be awesome to see like this. I would love to see Jazz done like this, especially how many times they can. They can repaint him as Stepper.
I just want my promised masterpiece, Jazz. From like
It's
10 years
coming.
ago.
You hear that, Porsche? Get off your butts and
Well,
let us do
they
it.
showed it. They showed it earlier this year, right? When they showed the repaint, the animation colors Soundwave. They announced the blaster. They showed silhouettes of it, but I think they showed that it was going to come with Ramhorn and is it coming with Ramhorn and one of the
Eject or rewind.
rewind or ejects, yeah. So still on the table. I feel like a lot of the announcements got maybe caught up in whatever this whole restructuring of the masterpiece branding
Yeah.
was with all the T-Spark stuff, because it felt like Masterpiece got sort of discombobulated for a little while. Like,
Well, it's not like they're cranking out Masterpiece like they used to. Like there for a while, they were left and right, but now it's like they are trickling them. It's not like it was before, where they did all the Dodson brothers and they did all the side swipes and that Lamborghini mode and all that like consistently. And I don't know if we will see a Jazz. I would like to see a Jazz. And
it'd be a shame not to go Jazz. I mean, Jazz has always been like one of the coolest, from G1. Like,
he's one of the most iconic. He really is.
And they've had Lamborghinis, they've had Volkswagens, so it seems like Porsche shouldn't be off the table. They're all part of the same company.
Well, with Volkswagen, yeah, Porsche and Volkswagen kind of are the same company, not Lamborghini. It's completely different, but I don't.
No, they're all owned by the same parent company, I believe. Pretty sure.
Well, I do know when they did the Lamborghini, Lamborghini was so adamant on colors. Like it had to be this red. It had to be that black. Even when they did Sunstreaker, the only reason why they had that flip over gimmick on the back, they didn't want the prototype thingy. They wanted it to look like an actual Lamborghini. So they're very, very, very picky on the design of those. So I don't know on Jazz. I would love to see a Jazz like that, but I don't know. Like in this day and age, it's hard to tell. It really is. It's like Don was saying, everything's on the table now at this point, but we don't know.
Wait, we'll get Optimus Prime 6.0 before we can chess.
That's
Wait,
what,
we're already kind of like, because we're getting this classic styled Optimus, and we just got Power Master. So
yeah, I mean, I don't know what other Optimus they could do other than those. I
we're gonna
mean,
do Masterpiece Star Convoy.
how the heck could you pull off a Masterpiece Star Convoy? Like, the Star Convoy that's already out there is already good enough. I don't think anybody wants to dump more money on that. They're all wanting a Grandus to go with him. That's what they're wanting.
Ag base.
Dag base as well.
Yeah.
So, that's what I'm thinking. It's stupid for them to not do a Grandus because they could literally just repaint it as Dag base and double
Or
dip
or
right
they
there.
could or the next time they do a somewhat appropriate toy, like maybe Sky Gary, on the inside of the box is printed Grandus in
Mhm.
base mode. You just turn the box inside out, fold some flaps down, raise up the tower, and you have your Grandus right there.
Bro, I would be all over that. Somebody make that a toy. I'll buy that. I don't care if it is cardboard.
I
want
joked
that.
for years, and I joked for that in Power Rangers. Just make a Megazord set and have on the inside of the box Tor printed all over the inside of the box. Flip it open, and you've got Tor, the carrier Zord, like right there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Simple stuff.
Now, what was it though we were going to talk about after the other stuff? I
I
forgot.
think we're gonna mention the
Predaking.
Predaking.
Oh yeah, the
Yeah.
Predaking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Predaking is getting reissued.
the reissue Predaking. How old is that mold? 5 years old?
2008, 18 or 19?
I was supposed to say 2008. I don't
Oh,
think
so
so.
he was pre-pandemic. Wow.
He was yeah, like right before. I mean,
Right before COVID.
no, no, it was during. So a lot of that stuff was coming in. No, maybe
2019,
not.
2020.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah.
yeah, because I remember I was getting a lot of that stuff in my old house and being home and opening a bunch of, it had a whole shelf of Combiner Wars and all that stuff.
The only thing I want to say about Predaking is I'm not surprised because I called this on RFC a couple of months ago. When we finally got all the information about T-Spark Predaking, we finally got the price, we got what looks like the final protos. I told Brian, everybody else on RFC, they are going to reissue that Predaking because of all the hype around this T-Spark. There are people who can't afford that T-Spark but want a Predaking for their collection that either wasn't collecting at the time or did not pick it up, and then it just kind of like vanished like Omega did there for a while until its reissue. I'm not surprised. I knew they were going to reissue this Predaking because you got all that hype around T-Spark Predaking that not many people are going to be able to afford. But now you have something that's a Predaking that looks pretty good in combined mode. Let's not talk about the legs in alt mode. We're not going to talk about those. But I'm not surprised. And I'm glad it's coming back out for people that need it. And I'm sure we'll see the DNA and other kits that were originally out for this thing make a resurgence as well.
So the controversial thing I think dealing with this whole situation is how much this thing costs now. $230. That's what it's retailing for. And I'm like, I think
It was originally
180, I think.
179.
179.
Yeah.
It was around the same. Omega was 149 originally, and then Predaking was a little bit more than that because of the size of the figures, and all the molding and stuff.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think a lot of people, if they don't have a Predaking in their collection, with $230, they can probably get them a, I don't know, the Platinum Edition reissue that happened in early 2Ks.
Yeah, but that
They
really
would
wouldn't.
probably buy
But if
that instead.
yeah, but if you're a
Night and day.
kid, yeah, if you're a younger collector who started with Combiner Wars around that era, that Predaking's not going to work.
Yeah,
This Predaking would.
it's true. I'm wondering if this is affecting any of the aftermarket sales on this Predaking. If anybody's bumped the price because it's being reissued, or if it's
I haven't
caused.
noticed it.
I didn't know if it had affected that yet or not, because we know how it is with reissues. Reissues tend to do that. That
Yeah.
Run Amok that they reissued just recently, that Earthrise one, kind of shelf warming at this point. And I'm like, well, that
Yeah.
just completely destroyed the market on that. So
Yeah.
Well, that's different though. You're talking about something that was harder to get,
Yeah.
that just came not that long ago. You're talking about this, that it's been what 6, 7 years.
uh
Yeah.
So, and I haven't noticed any difference. Like, like with Black Zarak, all of a sudden everyone sold their originals and stuff. Like, I don't see that.
okay.
Yeah. Now, the only thing is, I was thinking about, well, hey, maybe you can find a Feral Rex. No,
Ugh.
you can find the Jinbao KO of it fairly reasonable, which is not the best KO Jinbao has done, but an actual Feral Rex, no.
I don't know why
That
you'd
would
want
be
to.
yeah. Well, I'm just saying, of all the third party Predakings, when we had the Predaking Wars earlier in the third party life cycle,
Mhm.
Feral Rex was the one that most people seemed to be the happiest with.
I mean, it was.
I mean, so this ended up answering my question, because I think when we talked about we had the discussion about the whole the current combiners that they're doing with the skeleton, the skeletons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I had asked, do we think they'd do a Predaking or something like that? And this seems to answer that question very clearly, that they're just going to reissue this Predaking and call it a day there. So no frame, probably no frame Predaking in the near future.
I mean, I don't like. We know how Hasbro is with stuff, though. They do like to reissue stuff and also use this stuff as trademark, to secure a patent and trademark. So maybe they're doing this as a
Was
limited
Predaking the one
amount.
that? Which one was it that was the one where they just randomly printed the Beast Wars logo on the box? Was it Predaking? Do you guys remember that?
You're talking about Bruticus.
Yeah, maybe it was. I know there was one. One of the figures in the sort of in that set of Combiner Wars, Titan Returns, and whatever the last one was. That trilogy of lines, there was a box where they just there was a random Beast Wars logo on the box, and the figure had nothing to do with Beast Wars, and it was just to secure the trademark on the Beast Wars logo, which we eventually probably was for Kingdom coming up later. But I just remember there was one of those boxes just had a random Beast Wars logo on it, and at the time people were like, "Why is the Beast Wars logo on here? What in the world?"
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. Because to be honest, I just think this is a trademark placeholder. They probably have ideas of doing maybe a new Predaking in the future, but I mean,
Yeah. But
I would like
do
to
you
see
want to
them
see
redo Abominus. That's the one that needs it, because that Combiner
Yeah.
Wars one was a floppy mess. Go ahead, Don. Sorry. But yeah, like I don't know. Like when it comes to the combiners, like after, because they're not going to do Defensor soon. But who do you think they're going to do exactly right after Defensor? Do you think they're going to do Computron again? Do you think they're going to do Abominus? What do you think?
I don't think
Well,
they'll go that hard into him.
Computron, you're saying?
I would just like to weigh in on the Predaking.
Go ahead.
Well, one, it is without a doubt the best Predaking they've done. It is daggone near perfect. I mean, I know it's got some flaws in the combined mode and all that, or in the individual modes, but the combined mode to me is daggone near perfect. I don't believe any of the third parties came close to it. I think that they brought it back. I do believe that they missed out in not doing a recolor like they did with the Platinum. But my wallet is very happy that they didn't, that part, because I still have mine. And yes, the kit that you could get for it makes it just head and shoulders. It's just so good. So them reissuing it, that doesn't surprise me. It's a very good mold, and it's a very good representation. I can't believe they didn't change it some, either with the paint apps or whatever. The price hike, I kind of figured it was coming, but that's pretty steep. That's a pretty steep markup from what I paid.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what they have the Titan Glass at now, but I feel like it's a reissue. I feel like they could have reissued it at the price, and it would have.
Well,
Made them plenty of money.
You've got mold rerun reissues because the thing hasn't been used since the original running. You've got whatever increases in production costs they've got, whatever increases in shipping costs they've got. So, I mean, a lot has changed since this set came out originally, and I doubt they could have rerun it at that original MSRP because there's been nothing done to recoup the money on those molds. And even if there had been, say they had done the black and purple version that the third party ones tend to lean towards as a repaint, which some people were calling shattered glass, but whatever. So even if there had been something done, there's no sense for them to run a loss if the cost of creating that has gone up, and they know there's a market for it even at the increased retail compared to say what the T-Spark is going for double its asking price. Again, different level of collectibles.
Sure.
But from a character standpoint, do you want a Predaking on your shelf for $225, or do you want a Predaking on your shelf for $450?
Right, but like I was saying, all they would have had to have done is changed the coloring like they did with the Platinum series. And I think they would have sold more.
I mean, this is my question.
You still have those that didn't get it would buy it, and then people like me that love that character would have bought a second one because it's different. So well, I just think that's kind of a missed opportunity.
I'm trying to recall when they did that last reissue of the Combiner Wars Devastator. Wasn't that a 1.5 to 2 years before the 86 one was released?
I'm sorry, say that again.
The Combiner Wars Devastator, how they reissued it again.
Yeah.
As far as I know, there were no changes on that. But was that at least a couple years before 86 Devastator was announced?
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was several years ago. It was more of like it was maybe a little less of a reissue, more of a second run type of ordeal. It was close enough to the first release that it didn't feel that far out.
because I wasn't sure on that, because I know they did a second run, but I thought they had reissued it again because they were trying to hold the trademark, plus keep the hype up for Devastator at the time. So, I mean, it's kind of like how we see with a lot of this stuff, like with the Titans, when they just decide to re-release Trypticon just in different colors. You know, more animation colors versus toy color. And I'm like, okay, that's cool, but could have done a Gigastorm, made a completely different character.
I want them to. Speaking of Predaking and sort of the Predacons, I want them to do that concept of the Beast Wars Tigerhawk as Razor Claw.
I mean, we are getting that recolor of the Legacy toy.
Well, I meant like because there was that concept of it in the in Predaking colors with like like a Razor Claw, or they either had a Razor Claw or Predaking head. I think that would be a cool, like, just one of their weird one of the weird pulls out of nowhere that Hasbro does. But yeah, we're getting that Razor Claw. I was just thinking of the there. I remember seeing the one where it was done up in Predaking colors.
But yeah, I actually agree with Megamus on this whole situation with they should have just recolored that Predaking and the platinum colors, gave them more chromish, flakish style like the platinum set, because I think that would have sold more instead of being
giving me PTSD color. Saying chrome flakes.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be chrome, but you know what I mean.
Don't do that to me.
Chrome paint, not chrome flakes.
Not no vac metal, please.
Vac metal's as much as we love vac metal, it is horrible for longevity.
I just have flashbacks to a parted transmetal rat trap that you could hold upside down and shake like a snow globe.
Yep.
That would be a funny thing for them to do, like Hallmark or something like that. A transmetal's rat trap snow globe.
Yeah. I mean, literally, the one I had more off of it than on it.
With like a prototype inside of it because it's all flaked off so bad.
those days, man.
It was pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad people are gonna get a chance, because 8 years is a long time for a lot of new people to start collecting. That's 10-year-olds or 18. So there's a lot of people out there who, giving them a second chance at that Predaking. That Predaking is really cool. It's super big. I need to find mine to put up here with my other Titans. These are just the ones that are too hard. I actually kept the box for Predaking, so they're back in the box, but these guys are a little too hard to do that with. But yeah, giving people a chance to get that thing, I mean, it's really cool. And it's, if you never get another Predaking, it's the best official Predaking to get. It's got all the height that Predaking should have. I mean, the G1 one is really cool, but there's nothing cooler than a Titan class figure. They're just monsters.
It's actually really funny when you put them next to each other. Because the G1 looks like a little squatty guy.
I was about to say, can the Titan one actually hold the G1 like a baby?
Not
no,
that bad.
Because the G1 is really heavy.
Unless you have the plastic one. Because there is the plastic variant.
It doesn't matter. Even with the big feet and everything, the thing's heavy. Trust me.
I know. I have a KO of that, and it's pretty heavy. So yeah.
You remember the KO that you did of Monstrous.
Hmm.
The same company did little Dinobots type looking things, and they had a Predaking.
Hmm.
All right, with the Predaking head, and he came with a little staff. That would have been good to have Titans holding that like a little baby. That would work. That would be the perfect size.
That'd be hilarious.
I don't know if I have that one. I do. I'm looking at it. I do.
You need to take a
Oh,
picture
I might
of
have
this.
to I might have to read because I can't get to that Predaking. He's all the way in the back. He's too tall. But he does. I mean, especially with that kit, because the kit makes the wings about, I don't know, 16 inches across. I mean, it's pretty big.
Guessing that's old Dreamwave profile.
Yes. So, from what I can tell, are they using the same box artwork on the reissue?
Yeah, I
Art
think that's
Until-
just 100% reissue.
Yeah, far until it's a complete.
Because
If
if they had used that Marvel Comics cover, the box, that would have been awesome.
I mean, I just think they're just trying to dip in and take what they can for what they've already built into it.
I mean, they've reissued most of those past Titans at this point, so it was bound to happen. Especially now with combiners. Yeah, now with combiners, I still feel like they're eventually going to make a new Metroplex. Maybe they'll reissue the Metroplex if they keep doing the gaming, the SS game line.
I mean, my question is, how old is that mold now? 12 years?
Criminy. Wasn't he the first?
Yeah, he was the first.
In that class? He was the first in that class.
2009, 2010.
Yeah, that's a pretty
I'd
old
say close
mold.
to that. So yeah.
I mean, they reissued the Fort Max before even reissuing that, so I don't know if they'll ever go back and do that. Maybe the molds are just too far gone.
Never say never.
But I'm not saying never, but I'm just saying maybe it's a possibility. That's why. I just think it's strange because it's like they give us an Energon Metroplex, but then they haven't tried to get this one. Because people would, honestly, some people right now wouldn't even care if it was the gaming looking one. They would still just want one because of how much the aftermarket is on that thing and how many add-on kits were made for that thing. I mean, there was one where they had the freaking gun that basically turned into a spaceship that split apart and became more parts for it in base mode, I'm just like, there's so many things that was available for that toy. I'm wondering, is this ever going to happen? Are they ever going to give us another Metroplex, or is that just the end of it all? Because it seems like the Titans just keep getting smaller. So I don't know if maybe they'll just make a smaller version of a Metroplex. No idea. I mean, I'm pretty sure all you guys would be in the market for one if one came out. But...
No.
I've got Utopia. I'm good.
Utopia was cool. I actually got to handle that one. That was pretty neat. I did like the idea. It looked like you could put little Diaclone drivers in his guns because his guns had little cockpits that opened. That was pretty neat. A very underrated third-party one, I think. And that sucker's heavy, too. Very solid. How much does he go for now? Do you guys know?
I've got the Metro Titan, the Dystopia version watched on my eBay list. It's been there for over a year at $649.99 with $129 shipping.
Is that in the States?
Is that all?
Is that in the States or overseas?
I don't remember. I don't remember I've even got it on my watch list until I go through my watch list to clean it up. It's like, oh yeah, that's still there.
and you're leaving it there just because it's funny.
Yeah, just I mean, I did that on Amazon with Masterpiece Rhinox because it was $249, $249, $249 everywhere. Then I checked my browsing history one day, and it was sold by Amazon Japan, $149 in free shipping. Okay.
I just think it's kind of crazy that we just haven't gotten anything new like that yet. I mean, I don't know what the next Titan's going to be since they did Star Convoy at this point. It's just kind of hard to tell. Everybody wants Grandis. Don't think it's going to happen, though. I always thought it'd be like a Pulse exclusive or...
I want Grandis, but I don't want the Grandis you want. I want that animated Grandis.
Yeah, the one that looks like somebody stuck a air pump into him and did this and just made him all bloated.
The animated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's so funny
That
looking.
was
amazing.
I love how dumb it looks too.
Rest in peace, DJW. Look.
TV and just went and looked. There's there's one.
I loved all Wyatt, Derek J. Wyatt's designs. Like he had a way about his designs. They were great.
Third party company or some guy that made Omega animated, and it looked really good. And I really thought they were
3D printed. Yeah. I think it was 3D printed.
I don't know, but it looked good. And I'm like, I want to see, Grandis. I want to see all of it. Just keep making them, keep doing it. But I do have a question.
Okay.
Has anyone heard any updates on Leo Kaiser?
Not since they had painted prototypes at whatever convention they had them at last.
That was the one.
What the crap, man? I want that. I want that before Christmas. Come on now.
How long does it usually take for a HasLab to come out? 8 months?
I don't
Well,
know.
remember, we got no updates on Rattler until we got the double check your shipping addresses. There were no updates about that at all.
Right. I mean, it is possible. And I'm not even being mean and saying I want it tomorrow. Just get it to me before Christmas.
Oh no, that'll never happen.
Probably not, because I want it.
There's no way they can get it out and ready to go off the ship to the warehouses, depalletized, and then packed for shipping to the individual buyers. There's no way it can be done that fast.
I don't see it.
I mean, unless they're already starting to package them up now.
You never know.
But the question
this
is,
thing could be ready to ship, and all of a sudden, bam, you get it.
But do you want it to be really rushed? Because we don't want a quality control problem.
You can get that anyway.
Well, okay, we don't want another Omega Prime problem.
Or what the heck was the other one? Star Saber or Victory Saber. Problem with that. They're like, it's like we said before, they're hit or miss. They either knock it out of the park or they screwed something up.
It's very true. So, I think that's pretty much about all we had to talk about tonight. Probably end up having more stuff next week, knowing us. Talk about Black Friday stuff next week. What do y'all think of that? Talk about any of the sales and stuff coming up. Because, it's getting that time of year.
Thanksgiving's in 2 weeks, so I don't know how many. I know Entertainment Earth is already starting their Black Friday sale, such as it is. Just have to see what happens.
Yeah.
Never know.
Can we just start calling that Black November sale?
That works for me.
Pretty much.
Don't they start in the middle of October with half this stuff anymore? It's sad. All right. Well, I'm going to let you guys say your sign-offs, and we're going to get the heck out of here.
I'm Headmaster Don. Perhaps you've heard of me. I am one of the oldest Transformer fans on the internet. I'm
lot.
also on. Yeah, I'm 55. I was here before all this started, so let's just not play around there. I can be reached on Twitter at HMRC, the number 4 EVR, Blue Sky, at HMRC, the number 4 EVR.bluesky.social. I can also be found on Radio Free Cybertron every week, starting at 8 o'clock for pre-show, 8:30 live. And if you want to join us in our Discord, tfradio.net/Discord.
It's not a sloshy, it's a slushy, right?
I think my brain is slosh right now.
All right, go ahead and say goodnight there, Nicholas.
I was just thinking that, I'm not 55, but I can
Physically,
hold.
maybe not,
I
but
can't hold my my beverage better. Good night, everybody.
hey, I'm not drunk. I'm high on plastic crack. There's a difference.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, Cyber.
I'm here. I'm nowhere else.
His name
See you
his
next
name is
week.
not Visa. He's nowhere where you want him to be.
Captain Incognito
No.
over here. All right, well, we'll catch you guys next week.
All right, everyone, take care.
Good night, y'all.
Bye-bye.